I have become aware of some powerful dangers connected with doing real Neigong, so this is to warn people about them. Taoism is a warrior tradition, and Neigong is the Taoist spiritual path of the warrior. Real Neigong results in cultivating chi power, psychic abilities, enlightenment, super health, and martial prowess. These lineages of real Neigong go back thousands of years, and since they have close contact with the spirit realm, they have their powerful guardians, a lot of who are past masters who have become ascended masters or Taoist immortals. They are the ancestors of the tradition, and two of their primary goals are protecting their adepts from harm and weeding out the wrong people. Neigong masters were very selective and only selected a few highly ethical and honorable people to be their students. So the Guardian's main job was keeping them safe. However, due to the modern day easy access to books and the internet, that has changed. I found this out because my clan leader suggested that I make videos, and so I made some videos of the beginning stages of the vast Tian Shan Neigong system. The immortal ancestors, the ascended masters in the Tian Shan systems are dragons that live in the spirit realm, and they have very high standards that a student must adhere to. Since one of the results of doing a true spiritual Neigong is that the students begin to contact the spirit realm, some of my students have become aware of these dragons. Others have manifested new psychic abilities in a variety of different ways. I will illustrate this from the negative and dangerous side of the situation by using the Mopai system as an example. John Chang, the master, got in trouble with the spirit ancestors of the lineage when he demonstrated his special abilities in public and in videos, and was expelled from being head of the school. Someone in the know called these ancestors gods. I don't know, it depends on your definition of gods. John Chang was an honorable and ethical person. He just made a mistake by allowing himself to be videoed doing some of his magic tricks. The big problem with Mopai is with the Western Mopai students. Since a book was written about John and there are videos, it attracted the attention of a lot of young or immature people whose main desire is to develop some of the special abilities that John had. The problem is these people want to develop these special abilities so they can show off, and this is a result of ego. Now that is a big problem because they are practicing for the wrong reasons. In addition to the popularity of the book, there are people promoting Mopai in the West who are horrible. They lure aspiring egoists with promises of power, when in fact they only know less than 3% of the Mopai techniques. In addition, the versions they have learned, which was from someone who was so unethical as to teach what he did not have permission to, are incorrect and dangerous to health. Needless to say, these Western Mopai promoters are hated by the true Indonesian Mopai students who wish they would all go to hell as soon as possible for giving their school such a bad name. You cannot reason with these cult people no matter how you try. They are like the lowest grade of unreasonable religious fundamentalists that you can imagine. A dangerous fundamentalist cult. More importantly, though, is that the gods, or ancestors of Mopai, also hate these people, and in particular, the person who stole the two beginner techniques without permission. I was told by someone who knows that he was killed by the Mopai gods. I have heard from a few others who had been aspiring students of Mopai but acquired health problems and spiritual problems in which they felt they were victims of attack from the spirit realm. So this is what happens when the wrong people practice a system of spiritual power for the wrong reasons. In the past, that was not a problem because the masters were so selective. Then there are some others. For example, people who tried Mopai for the wrong reasons and who hurt themselves. who go looking for a true system of Neigong. Then they find Tian Shan, which is real, but their motivation is still for the cultivation of power and not for ethical purposes, but rather for egoistical purposes. Perfectly understandable. In this world, which is full of movies of superheroes with superpowers, some of these people actually believe that stuff and want to be superheroes too. You can't blame them. They were raised that way. But such things are not acceptable to the ancestors of the lineage. I was lucky because although I had no interest at all in cultivating chi power, I also had no idea what I was getting into when I started Tian Shan, which is the ideal way. My teacher didn't tell me anything about that sort of thing. I only started doing Qigong with him because he was the most advanced Kung Fu master on the West Coast. That is the traditional way, and the traditional way is close to or already has vanished. My teacher, Mr. Young, did have amazing chi power and special abilities, which I like to call Jedi abilities. However, what was actually much more impressive to me was his vast psychic abilities and his ability to work in the spirit realm. He was so psychic that he was functionally omniscient. Now that is my kind of goal. Anyway, there's one online Tian Shan student I had who had started with Mo Pai, and like I mentioned above, for the wrong reasons. When the ancestor dragons got a good look at him, strange things started to happen. When this young man would practice Tian Shan, all kinds of ghostly manifestations would occur, like lights in a room going off, doors slamming, strange sounds, and more that I can't recall. So the message from both myself and from the ancestors was that he should stop practicing Tian Shan. He was being given a warning by the people upstairs. If he didn't stop, he could expect something more damaging to himself. So there's the warning. Take a close look at the reasons you want to practice Tian Shan. If it is to cultivate chi power in order to perform magic tricks, then watch out. You are in danger. If it is to become super healthy and so full of chi, so that you glow in the dark, then that's very good. If it is to become more aware and psychic, that's fine too. If it's because it was given to me by such a spiritually advanced master, 1 in a million, then that's a good reason. If it's because you were associated with this lineage in a past life, then that is also a fine reason. If it's because you are curious and want to some good exercise, then that's great. What is important is that you feel that self-honesty is important and you want to get to know your dark side. That is actually the most important part of spiritual growth and an absolutely necessary requirement. I mention this all in warning because something similar can happen with my Tian Shan Neigong system, since I have made some videos of the beginning levels. I have found the following. Some students have done this or something closely related in past lives, so it fits like a glove and there are no problems. When they become more psychic, they become aware of a dragon or dragons who hang around them from time to time. They begin to be aware of spirits in their environment, but it's all fine and friendly, no problems. However, you are practicing some fake Neigong, which is what 99% of claimed Neigong actually is, then you have nothing to worry about. If you want a description of real Neigong, there are links in the description. May the Force be with you.